one another. Kathryn loved and served and now is reunited with son Mickey and her parents in a new life, an everlasting life, and for that we can take some comfort. Those who loved her are left with broken hearts, but wonderful memories. My mom was a nurse, as Kathryn was. My sister is a nurse. My daughter is a nurse. So I make the connection with Kathryn as a nurse, and so a nurse's prayer. As I care for my patients today, be there with me, O Lord, I pray. Make my words kind. It means so much. And in my hands place your healing touch. Let your love shine through in all I do, so those who are in need may hear you, feel you, and see you in me. Amen. And also the Florence Nightingale prayer. Today our world needs healing and to be rekindled with love. Once Florence Nightingale lit her beacon of lamplight to comfort the wounded. Her light has blazed a path of service across the century to us through her example and the countless nurses and healers who have followed in her footsteps. Today we celebrate that flame of Florence Nightingale's legacy. Let that same light be rekindled to burn brightly in our hearts. Let us take up our own lanterns of caring, each in our own ways, and to more brightly walk our paths of service to the world, to more clearly share our own noble purpose with one another. May human caring become the lantern for the 21st century, and may we better learn to care for ourselves, for each other, and for all of creation. Through our caring, may we be the keepers of that flame, that our spirits may burn brightly to kindle the hearts of our children and great-grandchildren, as they too follow in these footsteps. Well, now, Reverend Kelley was good enough to send his thoughts on Kathryn, which I will now share. Greetings in the name of Christ, everyone. I imagine there are quite a few of you in the congregation this morning in loving honor of our friend Kathryn. I am sorry I cannot be with you, but a family wedding and plans for a brief family vacation conspired against it. I am glad I was able to see Kathy in the hospital while she was at Mather. She was fighting a hard battle, but her persistent and resilient spirit was not dimmed. I will be ever grateful for the witness of her life in our congregation. I'm certain that she was a vital part of a congregation west of here when she served Mather Hospital for almost 40 years. According to our records, Kathy officially joined the church in 2012, but she had already become a part of the fabric of the congregation before that. I am grateful for the witness of Kathy and Jeff's dual tradition Christianity, as they both are dedicated followers, each to their own congregations, but also each in no way to the exclusion of the other. That's a bright example to everyone, their family, each congregation, and our community. Christ is bigger than any of our traditions. Kathy is an example of James 1 follower. In James 1:22, we are encouraged to be doers of the word, not merely hearers who deceive themselves. We all know Kathy was a doer. If there was a task to be done, something to be planned, something to be helped, she was there. She was a dedicated Presbyterian deacon, and her influence will be sorely missed on the Board of Deacons. And anything she committed to, she followed through. That is a priceless gift. She's an example and a witness to be emulated. She was a good friend, she had a heart of gold, and an outspoken, supportive spirit. I've lost count of the times I witnessed quietly behind the scenes, inside or outside the kitchen. Why is it that both Kathy and Jeff could be found so many times down in the kitchen helping others? Kathy had an impromptu listening ear, would ask someone about a recent occurrence in their life, and a brief conversation would follow, and she would have a word of positivity to share, and sometimes even a hug. That makes me think of Kathy as an example of what I also call a Hebrew Christian, because Hebrews 10:24-25 says, "Let us consider how to provoke one another to love and good deeds, not neglecting to meet together, but encouraging one another. When she was in town, Kathy was a regular worshiper, a regular attender of activities. That goes a long way. She showed up, and she contributed. That's another way you could count on her to be there. I am sorry she is no longer with us. However, she is home. She is complete. She is reunited with all those who have gone before her, and we shall join her one day around the heavenly table. I give thanks for Kathy. Blessings to the gathered community at Southold Presbyterian Church today. In the grace and love of Jesus Christ. Peter Kelley. Now I believe Jeffrey is coming.
You know, I had something that I wrote, and on the way from the car to here, my glasses have gone missing. I'm pretty sure that my mother has something to do with that. or that one right here, and I'm pretty sure that she'd be laughing about that. When my brother Mikey passed away, I remember talking to my mom, and she had a way of not mincing words and getting straight to it, whether it was words of encouragement or words to put you in line. And I remember she told me, as we were feeling just so much pain and grief as we are now, that you have to engage that pain, you have to engage that grief, you have to let it run its course, because in grief there is access to the deepest kind of love. I mean, you cannot love without being vulnerable, without feeling pain like this. And my mother had lots of wisdom like that. My mother was full of love. She loved wholeheartedly. You knew it. And I don't think she loved anything more than her time spent with people. She loved her family and friends, and